Welcome, ADK Wealth Advisory Group World. Would like to say thank you for the last 36 years working together. That's kind of one of the reasons we're talking with you today, as the fact that we've worked for 3.5 decades. Many of our clients are now over 80 years old. And one of the things that I have found is that I get phone calls from clients or clients' kids at stages where someone that we really care about no longer really has a lot of options. They're headed to some kind of a skilled care facility or some type of a home setting that's leaving their house. And I met Tim Vossi, who's a St. Louis native, 20 years in the senior care industry, was a CFO for Friendship Village in Bethesda. And my motive for introducing him to you is he started My Circle, which is a life at home advisor group, and basically their objective is to help develop personalized solutions for aging in place. And so, Tim, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Dan. Appreciate the time.
Yeah, you're welcome. I know we talked via Zoom and talked a little bit about some of the problems that you see reoccurring and some of the solutions that you are interested in and eager to bring to people that are in need. And one of them was people that you've experienced, they prefer to stay at home, yet they're ended up in an institution instead. So speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, over the years, I just heard the story too many times. I'd have wonderful communities and people would come to live there, and about half of them would be like, well, I still wanted to be at home. I feel like I was forced here. I didn't have a choice. I didn't have any other options.
Right.
So I ended up here with you.
Right.
But they really didn't want to be there. And if you look at the stats, over 90% of seniors want to live in their homes forever.
Yeah.
And it just gets too hard and too challenging, and it gets too difficult. So we needed to solve that.
Awesome. And how long ago did you guys start the company to do that? What year?
So we started July of 2023.
Nice.
So we're getting out of the gate.
Excellent. So you had said that speak to some of the existing market solutions that you see out there.
Yeah, the societal norms is the way I refer to it is basically you move out of your home, move into a retirement community, independent living, and then move on to assisted living and skilled care. It's just the path that's kind of been prescribed for all of us.
Right.
And there's so many options out there, and it's hard for the consumer, that adult child or that senior, to know what they are. So what we do, we bring all those together and explain them to them to say, here's all your options. It's not just about what everyone says you should do or what people have done before you. There's so many things out there that can help a person stay in their home now.
Give me an ideal age of when you think someone should start thinking about this, and if it's not an age, maybe life circumstances.
Yeah, so like everything else in life planning, like wealth planning, the sooner you start, the better off you are.
Agreed.
But absent that, hopefully it's before a health event. Unfortunately, we get called too many times that mom's fallen and now she has to move. That becomes the mode. There's an event. If we can get there before that event to have some planning done and to help get the house ready for aging in place, that's our ideal before there's a health event.
So you talked about, when we talked before, you talked about personalized custom solutions. Talk to us a little bit about what that really looks like.
Yeah, and it truly is, Dan. It's personalized to everyone. Everyone has a different resource pool, a family support structure, whatever that is, everybody is different. But they all have the same end goal. I want to stay in my home forever, or I don't want to burden my children.
Right.
I don't want to have to call them for everything I need.
Right.
So we come in and take them through what we call our My Circle way, and it really creates that personalized plan and circle of support around whatever they need to meet that goal.
Neat. Give the group an example of something you've dealt with recently that you think might be fairly common, that might be something that you would do, not every time, but enough that it's more common.
Yeah, the most common one is grab bars. You know, you have moms in the bathroom or whatever it is, and normally they don't get put in place until there's a fall, until there's an event. And we want to get there before that. So we try to do that home assessment to look at things that we see as the experts, that they're like, oh, well, I didn't think about that.
Right.
Well, let's get that in because we don't want mom to have that fall and have that issue come up, or dad.
Or even relatives that come over for holidays. I mean, literally, we ended up with bars at my mom's house, 2 different areas because of an uncle who we were just deathly afraid of was going to pull something off the wall coming in or out or fall. And I'm grateful that it never happened. So
Yeah.
what would you say are sort of like the ultimate outcomes that you see your team helping others put in place?
So the ultimate outcome is that the senior lives their last day where they want to live it. For me, that's the ultimate outcome and passion for me, that they live their days where they want them to be. They don't get forced or placed somewhere for their last days. They keep their voice and their choice, and that's what we make happen.
Excellent.
Every
Excellent.
day.
Well, if this is something that sounds a gong for you, that you think is something that you really ought to act on, simply reach out to our team. We'll help you, introduce you to Tim, and then his team will come alongside ours and help you through that. What does that process kind of look like if that were to occur?
Yeah, so we would work with your advisor to have an initial consultation, and then we kick into the My Circle way. We start with a welcome celebration, which we get to know the person and build that relationship like a financial advisor does, and then work towards are there immediate concerns we need to address, hot buttons, and then start working through the long-term plan. So we work short-term and long-term in tandem, but whatever's most important to that person, we do first.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I hope that none of you ever need a full-blown plan because of a crisis. I hope that we're able to be ahead of the curve for all of you. I thank you for your trust, for checking in with us today. Again, if this is something that really sounds like something you should do, just reach out to us and we'll take the next steps with you. Thank you for checking in today, and we'll keep in touch. Have a wonderful day.
If you'd like more information on how My Circle can help you or your loved one live their best life, I invite you to call us today at 314-780-0045 or head over to our website, mycircle365.com.